it's Bella back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make vegetarian shepherd's pie. To make this dish, you will need the following ingredients. Also note that if you want to use your own mashed potato recipe, all you need is 4 cups. Start by gathering your materials for the mashed potatoes. If you have your own recipe you like, you can totally use that. For this version of mashed potatoes, you're going to begin by filling up a large pot with water. Then turn your stovetop onto medium-high heat. Season the water with some salt. Now peel 2 pounds of Yukon potatoes. For me, this was about 6. Then chop the potatoes into smaller pieces to make cooking faster. As you can tell, it does not have to be perfect because they're going to get mashed anyway. Once the water has boiled, add the potatoes. Give them a quick stir and boil them until they're fork tender. While you're waiting for the potatoes, gather the remainder of the ingredients. Begin by peeling and chopping 1 yellow onion. Then add the onion to another bowl and put it aside, because we're not going to be needing it for a little bit. Next, chop 8 ounces of mushrooms. The one I used were already pre-sliced, so it made chopping them up a little bit faster. Then I peeled 3 carrots. After this, it was time to check on the potatoes and they were done. I then drained the potatoes. Then I added them to a stand mixer right away to begin making the mashed potatoes. Add half a cup of fat-free plain Greek yogurt to the potatoes. Now add 1/4 cup of olive oil. You can also sub butter. Finally, add salt to taste. Mix well. If you chose to use olive oil in your mashed potatoes, initially they may have a little oily taste, but this will disappear in the oven. Now it's time to cook the lentils. Follow the instructions on your package. I used 1.5 cups of water for 1/3 cup of lentils. Bring to a boil. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a large pot. Next, add your onions from earlier. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Saute over medium heat until the onions are transparent, about 3 to 5 minutes. While I was waiting, I diced my carrots. I also diced 2 celery. Then add the celery and carrots to the pot. You want to saute for another 5 minutes or until the celery is slightly softened. Once the water boiled, I added my lentils. You want to bring the water to a boil and then cover with a lid to simmer. Lentils typically take 15 to 20 minutes to cook. Once they're done, strain and set aside. Once the celery has softened, add the mushrooms to the skillet. Also add 3/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of paprika, and finally some pepper to taste. Then saute until the mushrooms have fully softened, about 3 to 5 minutes. While you wait for the mushrooms to soften, preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Once they've softened, add a tablespoon of flour and a tablespoon of tomato paste. Stir until you've coated the vegetables and there's a pasty layer on the bottom. This takes about 2 minutes. Add 1 cup of vegetable broth. Allow the broth to come up to a simmer. At this point, it will slightly thicken. Now it's time to add your 1 cup of frozen peas. And finally, the cooked lentils. Stir in and allow the mixture to heat through. Don't mind my lovely oven mitts, but now you want to take the mixture and you're going to spread it evenly across the bottom of the casserole bowl. Finally, scoop out your potatoes from earlier and make an even layer. It does not have to be perfect. Bake for 15 minutes in the oven. If you want a nice crispy layer on top, broil for a minute or 2 extra. And there you have it, vegetarian shepherd's pie. Thank you so much for watching this video and checking out this recipe. If you give it a try, be sure to tag me in your post. Don't forget to give us a follow for more awesome recipes.